Hello everyone, I'm Soumyaa Thakur and today I will go over the mesenchymal stem cell therapies for SARS-CoV-2 infections. In this video, I'll go over what is the SARS-CoV-2 virus, the mesenchymal stem cell, the pathogenesis of the virus, why have we chosen mesenchymal stem cells as a therapeutic measure, the mode of action of these stem cells, and the future prospects of this therapy. The SARS-CoV-2 virus has a circular structure which is embedded with various viral cell proteins such as the spike glycoprotein, the envelope, the hemagglutinin esterase dimer, and etc. These spike proteins help the cell infect the individuals and spread at a fast rate. It has a single-stranded RNA genome which facilitates the fast growth rate in the human body. Mesenchymal stem cells are multipotent stem cells, meaning that they can differentiate into any body cell type. These cells can be obtained from both plant and animal sources being the bone marrow, skin tissue, adipose tissue, dental tissue, amniotic fluid, and the endometrium. Mesenchymal stem cells are known to possess immunomodulatory features and they also secrete cytokines. They possess immune receptors on their surface which help in fighting against immune reactions. The pathogenesis of the virus involves the function of the spike protein and the ACE2 receptor, which is present on the surface of epithelial cells. The spike 2 protein attaches to this ACE receptor, which then facilitates the entry of the virus into the human cells and the further proliferation, and the viral particle can spread to the various parts of the body. Why have we chosen mesenchymal stem cells? One of the reasons being that they are multipotent. As I mentioned earlier, they can help regenerate the lung tissue by their differentiation capacity. They are easily available from various human sources. They have a low invasive nature and have a very low risk of a cross immune reaction in an infected individual. They have a high proliferative rate and they are free of ethical and social issues. These mesenchymal stem cells have immunomodulatory and anti-inflammatory proteins on their surface which help act against infections. The Once injected in the body, the mesenchymal stem cells help increase the number of lymphocytes and regulatory dendritic cells. They also reduce the levels of C-reactive protein and TNF alpha. They help increase the level of IL-10 after the therapy has been performed. The dose used of mesenchymal stem cells for therapy against COVID-19 is 1 million cells per kg body weight of an individual who has been infected with the virus. Coming to the mode of action of the mesenchymal stem cells on the infected patients. As we know, infection by the SARS-CoV-2 virus induces a cytokine storm in the individual's body. Once these mesenchymal stem cells have been intravenously injected in the body, they go and localize in the lung tissue, which is the main house of the virus in the body. They then secrete various soluble factors such as antimicrobial peptides, inflammatory, anti-inflammatory cytokines, extracellular vesicles, and angiogenic growth factors. The secretion and function of all of these soluble factors is regulated by the differential activation of PAMPs, which is the pathogen associated molecular pathogen receptors, which are abundantly present on the surface of the mesenchymal stem cells. Once the stem cells have made a house in the lung tissue, they secrete keratinocyte growth factor and angiopoietin 1, which mainly help promote the restoration of the disrupted alveoli which has been caused by the virus. The secreted extracellular vesicles contain a specific miRNA that helps regulate the effect of the mesenchymal stem cells for a very long period of time. On injection of mesenchymal stem cells, the levels of C-reactive protein also decrease in an infected body, thereby help fighting the cytokine storm within approximately 6 days. After the treatment of mesenchymal stem cells has been done, the levels of regulatory dendritic stem cells drastically increases and the levels of TNF alpha decreases. They have also observed significant elevation of the levels of IL-10. All these factors have helped fight the cytokine storm that has been induced by the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Once the injected MSCs are fully differentiated by through form the lung tissue, they form and they replace the lung tissue and thereby help recover the pulmonary microenvironment, which protects the alveolar cells and also prevents the occurrence of long-term diseases such as pulmonary fibrosis and acute respiratory distress syndrome. This is a small animation explaining the mode of action in detail. The mesenchymal stem cells are intravenously injected into the human. They then travel to the lung tissue, wherein they secrete various factors. These factors, in turn, have various effects that help fight the cytokine storm in the body, which in turn repairs the lung tissue and prevents long term effects. Coming to the future prospects of this, there have been various trials that have been carried out throughout the world, which by the injection of mesenchymal stem cells in the infected patients. These trials have also reaped very good outcomes, and I hope that there can be a hope that can be looked up on to help find a cure for the SARS-CoV-2 virus very soon that would help mankind come over this tough pandemic and the tough times everyone is facing right now. Thank you all for listening to this, and I hope the video helps you all.